How's it going?
Doing well, Jason. How are you?
Doing really good. Yep. Just getting this stuff set up. How have you been over there? Like what kind of things you been working on? I know you've always got something on the go.
I've been working on some stuff, and actually, some of the stuff I'm working on brings me to you for a particular part of what you're already doing concerning the testimonial reviews or
Yep.
testimonial reporting.
Videos, like video testimonials and stuff.
Yeah, can you tell me more about that and how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. Just one second. Let me just finish getting things set up here because I just jumped on. So we got that. I think we're streaming into various different places. So that's good. We got Shan on here. Yeah, so video testimonials. We built a video testimonial system. So what you can do with that is essentially send out a link to anyone. I mean, it's a super simple process. One of the things that I saw with other video testimonials that were the other people were doing was it took like an hour to get those systems set up. And what we ended up doing was making it so that you can literally just pop it up in like 5 minutes. So it's a video capture page which links to our system, and then our system links to a video processor. So from us, you just grab video processing minutes, which you need to process and host the videos. There's no charge for hosting the videos once they're recorded. It goes from basically the funnel page. You send out a link to anybody you want to get a video testimonial from, make them an offer generally for, giving a video testimonial because it's lots of people don't like giving video testimonials. So give them an offer to get them to give that video testimonial. They can go to that page. They can record it right on their phone. They can record it on their computer using webcam, whatever they have. As soon as they're done recording that, it sends the data over to our system. You can go into your backend. You can see all the video testimonials that have been recorded. You can approve them and then approve them, reject them, delete them. And then once they're approved, they go into a video gallery, and we have it set up to trigger workflows off of that video approval. So if they approve the video, if you approve the video, then you can either give them the bonus or whatever that you promise them. You can have that automated if you want. And some people that we're working with, they actually use our other system, which is a gift card integration. And what they do from that is send over a $35 Amazon gift card for every video testimonial they collect. Now you can do that, or you can integrate it directly into our rewards program, which you can give people points for giving video testimonials, and then the business, they can redeem those points with the business however they like.
That is awesome. So when I know that obviously everything that you do is intangible with GHO, which is really great, obviously for us using Go High Level. Does the video testimonial, once it's uploaded, get inserted into a custom field and it's held there
Um, yeah,
as
we
a
update
video
the
or the link?
video, the link to the video in a custom field so you can send it out. And we also send a link to I think the GIF as well. We generate a GIF from it as well.
Very well. Neat. What else is customizable as far as that? So I did the demonstration. Looks like it lives on a funnel page, which is really nice. Um, I would assume that this is customizable. I'm able to customize what that page looks like, the text,
Absolutely.
just different things like that. How about the length of the video recording?
Yeah, you can customize that in our back end. You can decide how long you want that video to be.
Mhm.
Just give me one second here. Yeah, you can decide how long you want the video to be. You can customize. I'm going to switch over to here. I was just checking something on it
Hold me off.
at the moment.
You have more. Oh, it's okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, okay. Let's see here.
Hi there, Miss Hay. I don't want to mispronounce your first name.
Hi. Where'd you go, Jason? I don't see you anymore.
Oh,
It's
I
good.
was just checking out the video testimonials page. because I just wanted to check something really quick. But I'm gonna switch over to here. Boom. Go here, hit share. Go into our Smartscripts dashboard here. So under video testimonials, you can go, here's where you can set for your clients.
Yeah.
You can set how many minutes per month they have. You can set the default maximum recording length of how long they can record a video for, so they can't just leave it up. Your video processing minutes don't get counted until they actually hit publish after they record the video.
Perfect.
So if they sit there and record a bunch of garbage and they never hit submit, your video minutes never get used, because it's recording it locally and then it sends it to the servers to get processed, right? So there's that. You can also create different prompts here, and those are different questions that you can ask your customers. It'll pop up on screen for them to answer when they're doing the video testimonial. So yeah, so for example, you can ask them, for video testimonials, I always like the process that we got from ClickFunnels from Russell years ago. Part of his inner circle there was first you ask them like where they were before they found, like, I mean, it depends on what video testimonies you want to do, but where were they before they found your business kind of thing? Like, where were they at? What was it? There's 4 of them, and I remember them. I usually have to think about it. So where were they at before? It's like, how did they find, what was it like working with them, and what are the results afterwards? No.
And then
No,
also,
it was where we at before. What was it like working with us? Where are you at now? And what would you tell someone who's thinking about working with us?
yeah.
Answer those 4 questions, right? And then you get, instead of being like, oh yeah, they're really great and I recommend them, they're awesome, then you get like, here's where we're at, here's where we're struggling, here's where we didn't know where to go next. And then we found these guys and we started working with Mark and he took us through all this kind of stuff. And it was really awesome working with them. Where we're at now is that, we're doing this and we're doing that and we're doing these things and that thing. And so anybody who's considering working with him, this is what I would say. And it gives you a much better, more dynamic video testimonial than whatever. And then lastly, you can also add your logo and it'll show up in the bottom corner of the video.
That's really cool. I like that. Miss Hay, were you going to say something? How do you say your first name?
Shandell.
Shandell. That's dope.
Yeah.
I like that. It's pretty unique.
I know that there's been a few questions just around how it works with buying minutes, Jay. If you wanted to touch on that and explain what that actually
Buy minutes
is, though.
the
for
minutes. Just for processing minutes. It's just the amount of minutes that you need to that you have for recording video. So if somebody leaves a 30-second video, it's counted down in seconds. So if you have 50, like let's say, I think our first package, it's $50 a month for 200 minutes, which would typical video testimonials between 30 seconds and
like 3 minutes
kind of thing is kind of like the maximum that we usually see people leaving a video testimonial for. So and it counts down in seconds. So with 200 minutes, you could get anywhere between 400. Like, I mean, if you're doing 30-second videos, what is that? That'd be like 400 video testimonials
Gotcha.
captured kind of thing, up to 100, depending on how long those video testimonials are. But you can then spread it across your accounts as well. So we've got it set up like I showed you there. You can say how many minutes they get per each month, and then you'll get a notification when they run out of minutes as well. So here
you can minutes roll over.
You can look in it in the back end.
Use it or lose it, or
yeah. What's that? Sorry, no, the minutes don't roll over. Yeah, with our video processor, our minutes don't roll over, so it's just kind of a continuing thing. I thought about it just being able to do credits, but then what ends up being is we could be stuck on a hook for, tons of credits for years. Nobody ever uses them, I suppose, kind of thing. So, yeah, if you can integrate it as part of your system to capture those video testimonials, and then the bonus or like into part of their marketing strategy, because then you can then take those videos, put them on their website. You can download and put them in. You can use them for Facebook ads. You can use them for Reels. You can use them for whatever else, right? So many things. I mean, that was when we run ads. And Shan can talk to this. It's just that it's so powerful having video testimonials to be able to use for advertising.
Yeah, that's really helpful. I'm trying to think. So if I had multiple clients,
Mm-hmm.
how would this work? Would it be like a setup for each of them, or could I use one thing and kind of spread the minutes apart if
Oh, you
necessary?
just spread the
Or
minutes
is
apart
needed?
because we're not doing, it's not this one isn't built out to be like a per sub account. You could use it for, you can spread out those minutes across, 100 sub accounts if you want. And if some of them use them,
Got
some of
you.
them don't, kind of whatever. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter to me how many sub accounts you have using it. It's just, you just want to make sure that you have the proper amount of minutes to just cover their needs, kind of thing.
Okay, here's one other question. So I'm full of questions every time I'm ever on here. Um, the minutes that I end up using, if I, for whatever reason, didn't like that testimonial or didn't want it to be used for whatever reason, if I delete it, are those minutes given back?
No, because they're minutes on the, like, it's strictly on the processing of the video on the server.
I see. I see. So it's not like you can accumulate so many minutes and then you have space or anything like that.
No,
It's
because
literally
it's
just a processing of
unlimited
time.
unlimited hosting for it. It's all hosted on Amazon servers.
Yeah.
Um, and then it's just the video processing for the converting the videos from the format that we get from their webcam, cell phone, whatever it is, because they can upload a video as well. And then it converts that to the video that you can use on the web. I think it converts it to MP4. And then we also generate a GIF from that. And then we're going to add in the ability, if you wanted to, I don't think it's in there just yet, but being able to download a transcript of the testimonial as well.
Pretty neat. Do you have a link to this landing page where I can learn more?
Yeah, I'll send this over to you
Drop it in the
here.
chat. You got my email
Yeah,
too.
it's definitely something that we don't promote a whole lot, but we should
I was just
be.
thinking about it. Well, I had a good question from somebody the other day.
Sick.
I was talking to an agency, and there's like, what are some of your tools that are
Yeah.
less well known that people should be using? And I'm like, video testimonials. That was like
Yeah.
the first thing that came to my head. I was just like, we built out this whole system for it, and it's a powerful system. I know there's a couple agencies using it who are just that's what they're building their agency on, is building out a video testimonials agency and working with everyone from service contractors to whoever, collecting video testimonials and then either giving rewards or whatever to those customers. So then and then taking that and then using it for ads and stuff as well, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Because so many people, they just don't even know they want to get video testimonials because they're like 10 times more powerful than just regular text testimonials, but they don't know how to go and get it. And then if you just ask a customer normally, they won't give it to you just because, it's a point of friction, asking people to give video testimonials. And Shan has a lot of experience with that because all the fitness clients we used to work with, they would try to get video testimonials, but they're asking at the wrong time too. So
Yeah.
having the right time when you ask for a video testimonial is also key, because people want to look good, they want to feel good before they do that. So or before they give a video testimonial. So, you know, trying to stop somebody at the gym when they just exited you know, a hot yoga session is not necessarily the right time to ask somebody for a video testimonial, because they're like, I'm sweaty, I feel, you know, sticky and hot and whatever. I didn't do my hair, I don't have makeup, that kind of stuff. So I just think it can be really powerful. I remember just the power of it. When we're at ClickFunnels, I was talking to the videographer there, and he actually set up something. He was working with high profile dentists, and he was able to get into their mastermind as a videographer, and he was charging them $40,000 for 10 video testimonials. And he would go travel out to wherever they are. They would set up appointments with 10 different clients who said yeah they'd be on camera. Then he'd either go into their home, set up the lighting, and do like really high quality video testimonials. But I mean, that's just that. I mean, this is a simple way compared to that. But just how much will people are willing to pay to actually get video testimonials out there?
So I
Yeah.
should know the answer to this question, but do we have a workflow set up inside of the loyalty and reward system for when somebody submits a video testimonial?
Not exactly, because the video testimonials is on its own thing, and it's not integrated direct. It's not part of the reward system. But let's go to loyalty rewards video testimonials. I'm going to share the screen here. I do have it set up in the workflows, and we might have to have another look at this because it's been a little while since I set this one up. But we do have the automation in here. And I think if you have the custom value turned on for give points for rewards, so there's a request video testimonial approve, video testimonial contact recorded video. So as soon as they record the video, we send them out a message saying thank you for the video testimonial, and then we have a rejected one here too. So if it's approved, I did set it up in here that if we have the gift for video testimonial is set to yes, that's a custom value that's in here. And then we ask, are we using smart rewards? So if that is integrated with smart rewards, then we do have a webhook to give points for that video testimonial. So reward points for video testimonial, and that's in the video testimonial workflow. Now there's only an email going out from here, but you can set up an SMS or whatever you want there too. If we don't have, if you're not using rewards, then it just sends them out an email here saying, hey, thank you. Yeah. Or whatever you want to do, right? I just left it open. Now, what you could also do with this is we have a webhook for sending out to our Tango gift card integration.
Yeah.
We weren't using rewards, or if you wanted to use rewards that way, you could use it that way. You could add it over here, but you could also send the webhook that would send over to our Tango gift card integration, and it automatically sends out a gift card for whatever denomination you're doing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Because that is talking about receiving video testimonials from clients. A lot of times it does take offering them something in return. Like,
yeah, you know what?
I'll buy you a coffee. To hit record on this. I'll buy you a coffee. I'll whatever it may be. And it's worth it. Like, it's worth giving somebody even a $25 gift card to Amazon for an amazing testimonial, right? If they'll actually do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, just what's that going to translate to down the road for your business? If you can get that video testimonial in front of people, that could turn.
Yeah. Into, and if they'll allow you to run that as an ad, that's huge. And it doesn't need to be perfect. Like these days, the least perfect content does better when we're driving traffic, running ads, things like that. So it doesn't need to be perfect. Just if they show up, answer those few really key questions, it's worth paying them for sure. Yep. So I'll
Yeah.
add that to this spreadsheet for follow-up. I'm working on that right now. So I thought I would ask if we've got workflows for it.
Workflows for which, sorry?
For the point system for video testimonials.
Oh yeah, so they just once you add the video testimonial system in, then it will then you can set those custom values for it and give points if you like. Totally.
Cool.
Okay, well, I hope that answers your questions. I think that's good. One of
Most definitely.
Yeah, so I will go over one little update that we've been working on this week. It concerns follow up with the reward system. So if you have somebody who comes into the system through one of the subscriber channels, whether it's like the in-house promotion, PPC, anything like that, we've written out, I think there's 16 to 20 new email/SMS messages that will go out, and they automatically get triggered when somebody subscribes. So it's just a 60-day follow-up. We did have a bit of a follow-up in the system before, but I improved it to be a 60-day follow-up because conversations I've had with restaurants, business owners, stuff like that, with people offering promotions and offers for people to come in, they might not come in for 60 to 90 days, and that's one of the things we want to be able to track, but we also want to keep reminding them to come in. So if, for example, the business that you're working with isn't on top of sending out SMS messages about, hey, here's our new offer for this week, here's the new events coming out this week, or here's what we're working on, Friday night we got this, Saturday we got this, we've got a live band this day. If they're not on top of sending out those messages, at least what we'll have is a follow-up to get people to come in to redeem that first coupon. Now, I'm also going to work on a generic follow-up sequence for that we can just cycle through, that you will be able to turn on if that business is not on top of sending SMS messages. So what we want the business to be able to go in there and be sending out weekly blasts. I mean, even as an agency, setting it up for them, you can pre-schedule them, you can do that kind of stuff. But if you haven't done that or aren't doing that kind of thing, which I think is super important with this restaurant marketing system, to be on top of that. But if you're not on top of that, then I'll have just a generic system you can turn on, kind of a set it and forget it, just to make sure that we are sending out messages to those customers. We also, that just also made me think that we should be sending messages out, reminder messages to the business. Now, one of the things we've always done with our system here is be on top of the business that we're working with to go and send those messages. Hey, it's a great day to go and create a promotion. You should be doing that right now. Here are 3 ideas that you could be sending out. We've done that with a number of our clients because when they're first getting into, you have to think about, even when they're getting into high level and using high level for their CRM, their messaging, their follow-up, that kind of thing, it's like developing a new habit, right? They're busy already. They started this new system. They're excited about it, but it's not a habit that they have ingrained with them. And it's like, I would say it's almost like going to the gym. You start out, you're like, yeah, this is awesome. This is great. And you start using it. And then things kind of, after a couple weeks, things might kind of slow down and you're like, it's a little bit of work to go in there. And then you kind of go back to your regular habit. Whereas studies have shown, they say 30 days, but it's really 60 days, a good 60 days of making sure people do the right thing in order to form a new habit. I think any of the habit books that are out there now will talk about how it takes a good 60 days to form a habit. So making sure as part of your onboarding and follow-up is just getting those customers to keep on doing the things they need to do is so important. And that was one of the discussions we had just quickly in our mastermind call earlier this week, was just around onboarding and how do we keep customers using the system and reducing churn, because if they're not using it, obviously they're gonna drop off, right? But if they are using it, you know, then we can keep them for life. But they have to build that habit around it, and me equating it to a habit was just something I thought of this morning. But I think it's really important.
Jason, that follow-up content you talked about a minute ago,
Yes.
is that generic or is that for restaurants?
Yeah, it's generic. I didn't make any mentions of it of restaurants or anything in there. I will share the doc with you right now. Shan is actually been working really hard on creating an Excel doc with all the messaging that's in the systems, so that it's kind of just easy to have a look at. But I'll share that Google Doc with you here. I'll put a link in it, and you guys, if you guys want to grab it and use it, I'll show you where I put it and how I did it. Like if you want to integrate it into a system that you already have running, then that's fine. You can go and do it, and I'll show you where I put them all. Otherwise, you will be able to just download the latest snapshot and import those messages. Let me see, back to Zoom here. I'm going to paste that in the group there. And Howie, will get to your question here in a second. So inside here, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen is like I saw somebody making fun of it the other day, and I was like, oh man, we say that all the time. Just let me share my screen here. You guys can see my screen, right? Yeah, okay, good. So what I did off of the subscriber promotions, I did an add to workflow inside of here. So add to 60-day first coupon reminder workflow. This is just going to add them after they we know that they're a new member and we added the promotion to their system. We're going to add them to that reminder workflow. So even if they subscribe to multiple different ways, they'll be added to that workflow, but we're it won't kick them out and re-add them. It's just going to add, it'll just, if they're already in there, then they're already in there kind of thing. So I added that to the first 4 of those things, and then I built a follow-up sequence in here, which I called PR001. Clicking on that. And inside of here, we did just initially, they're going to get their initial message that says, hey, here's your coupon, right? Here's your offer. After that, we've got wait 7 days. Then we've got SMS 1, SMS 2, or SMS 1, email 1. And then we wait 7 days, and then we got SMS 2, email 2, that kind of thing. And then we just go through for 8 weeks with those in there. Now I copied and pasted all these messages into under marketing templates. And I found I did something this morning that I thought I would share too, because it's kind of a good idea. So we named all these like PR. So this is promotions, promotion reminder 001 email, new sub offer reminder week 1. So then I just copied that into there, PR email. So all the email ones in there are, and all the SMSs in there. So then we just copied and pasted. But one of the interesting things I did today when I was doing this, because I always like to write titles, right? So we like, let's say we had PR, I'll delete this in a second, PR email, this is what the email is about, or this is what it's about. So I usually copy and paste that. And then what I would do is I would go to my doc and paste that in there. But what I ended up doing was just doing all these and then go like PR002 message 2 kind of thing, and then hitting save. Oh, you got to put a subject in there. SMSs went. And then once I did all my titles, then I could go down here and edit this email. That way all my titles were correct in the right spots without having to, it's just a time saver, I think, without having to copy a title, copy message, copy title, copy message kind of thing. It was just a time saver and actually went much faster than I anticipated for sending those things. So just a
Quick
little
question.
today. What's
Do
that?
have you thought about, or maybe have been working on a solution for sending messages mobilely through custom forms?
I do have a solution for it. I'm not like basically being able to send a mass text out to everybody
Yeah.
by somebody filling out a form. I worked with somebody on it a few weeks ago, and I think it worked. I should actually follow up because Jake, who jumps on here every once in a while, had a question about it, and what he ended up doing was he was doing a single workflow with a go-to that actually ran every 5 minutes to see if that would work, but he ended up getting like loop locked. Even if it didn't say he was loop locked, it loop locked it. They wouldn't send any more messages. So we actually set it up so it ran every 5 minutes, but it jumped between two different workflows. Just
Yep, that's
at
good.
the start of every workflow, checking to see if the custom value to send the message was changed. Now, I guess what you'd have to do is then you would do that. Then if they went through the messaging sequence, then you would tag them. And then you would tag them with message sent. And then when they went to go through again, it would tag them as you'd have to wait till you'd have to have a time limit on it kind of thing. Like basically an hour later or something like that, or however long it takes to send out your messages, you would have to change that custom value back, right?
Yeah, and you could do that through clearing it. I mean, you could do that within the workflow. Like the way I thought about doing it was like, hey, I'm gonna put in this. I had like a whole thing built out. I still have it. I just haven't used it because I thought there was maybe a more efficient way. It's pretty much, hey, I'm gonna put in this message right from my phone. I'm gonna text the system. I'm gonna go through if else statements. Hey, are you sure? Cool. Confirm this. The message is gonna send, and everyone who's in that workflow, once everyone's gotten it, it will clear the status.
How do you check to see if everybody in the workflow has received the message?
So basically, I add everyone in at the same time. Maybe this is something that is a flaw in, but everyone is on the same wait sequence, right? So it's like, hey, you can't enter the workflow until this time. Everyone enters the workflow at that time, and then if I pretty much it's scheduled because I can't have it enter at any time. It's pretty much after a certain time that I've entered the custom value, that is the message, then everyone will go through that next step at like 11 a.m.
Okay.
And then it'll clear. So that's the kind of issue that I ran into. Is like I couldn't do it on demand. It was kind of like, hey, if you put in a message before 11 a.m.
Right.
Yeah, which is kind of the problem. I wish High Level would,
I'll follow up with
this
Jake and
into it.
see what he ended up doing, because he was doing that with adding people to a workflow and then basically like on that custom value, if that custom value changes, then send people through. But the only problem I could see with that is, I mean, if they went through one and then you had to wait like 24 hours, wait 1 day, because you're not going to send them multiple messages in a day potentially, kind of thing. So
yeah,
I would have to think about it. And I just wanted to follow up with him and see how it worked, because we were just wondering, like, I mean, basically you could have 10,000 people going through a workflow every, it seems like a lot, but then again, High Level sends out thousands of connections a second, if
That's
not
true.
even more. I know we did one thing with our server where we had people send, they dumped in a list of 10,000 people and with a webhook directly to our thing without doing any kind of a drip to it, and our server team was like, we just got DDoS attacked, denial service attack, and I was like, what? Yeah, and I'm like, no, that's not what it was. This is exactly what it is. They're like, no, that's not possible. They're like, we had thousands of messages a minute or a second coming in from like 1,000 different IP addresses. And I'm like, okay, well, that's how they do it, right? They just got like massive amount of servers with IP addresses and everything, and it just sends out like that kind of thing. And it was interesting, but yeah, so they got the servers to be able to handle it, so we just gotta juggle people, I suppose. That's the only way that I can think about it happening right now. I was looking in the API version 2, seeing if there's a way that we can send out messaging that way. But even if we're grabbing contacts through the conversation API, we can only do like 100 every call. So you can call, then you have to do like the next one. So potentially it could work. I just don't know how. I haven't tested how long it would take to send out that message. Say we want to send out the message, and then what kind of server resources that's going to take to basically, if you have 10,000 people, you're going to have to do like 100 calls kind of thing. No, maybe not 100 calls.
Yeah.
100 calls.
It was just
kind of thing.
Just wondering if you had come across, because I know you're always working on.
Yeah, that's
some cool stuff
that's
and-
the solution that we've come up with, is basically juggling people through to those things, just waiting to see if that custom value has changed. If it has changed, then put them through the rest of the workflow. Hold them in this workflow to the custom value changes again, and then
Yeah, that seems like the best way to go about it.
You might just need to have. Yeah, you just have to have one custom value. If the custom value in this workflow, if the custom value equals this, send them through. If the custom value equals this in the second workflow, then hold them there till it changes again. And the next time they submit that form, change it to the second value, and then it'll send it to that one and send them back
all the while
to the first one.
All the while, I'll be praying that Go High Level just enables the bulk action feature on.
I wish it would be. Yeah, it would be nice, because at least under messaging or marketing, just having something like emails and just have SMSs or text messages, you click that and then you can send a message out to whatever list you want. Like, I don't know why it has to go through contacts right now, and then you have to click on the send it. It's just a weird way to do it versus like when
Vote on it, people.
actually
Vote
have
on
the
it.
marketing one. Anyways, I will
That's all I
pass.
got for today. I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass this over to Howie. He's got a question about referrals. Mark, thanks for coming by.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. I love Mario. Nice shirt.
This is like a classic comfy shirt for me, so I like wearing it.
Yeah. So, you know the smart referral, the one where you redeem referral points.
Yep.
So, like, I mean, I have like a restaurant client that just wants to do one-to-one. So I've kind of like edited the webhook to just have one. But I'm a bit lost with how they can actually like redeem the points.
That is, you have the review and referral one, right?
Yes.
So with that referral one, it's not the same as the rewards one. It's kind of like our referral version 1. What do you think the restaurant would want to do? Because maybe there's something we could come up with there. I've been thinking about it, that maybe there's something we can integrate with it. So what we left it kind of open for the business to do it. Now, some of the businesses that we're working at, they'll just send out a text message saying, hey, next time you come in, show us this message and we'll give you whatever, right? That kind of thing. Or here's a coupon code, tell us that coupon code on your next visit and we'll give you this kind of thing for your referral. Or I've had other people integrate with like a gift card solution where after they have a referral for it, then they can go that way. The problem is with a restaurant though, they don't do referrals the same way. Like if I refer you to a restaurant, you're not going to go to that restaurant and fill out a form and say, hey, I would like to work with you kind of thing. You know what I mean? If it's a catering company, that might be different. If it's a if they're looking for a reservation, that might be different as well.
Yeah.
Because
They
I'm
have
referring
the-
them for a reservation. That kind of thing. When we work with restaurants, what we typically focus on is trying to build a list of customers for them. So when they're referring customers, then they're referring people to join like the VIP program, get on the text message list, become somebody that we can remarket to and get them to come in more often. So, as for a restaurant, yeah, like,
So if for example, if they have a reservation, like one
Yeah.
of those third-party reservation sites, like OpenTable or whatnot,
sure.
is it possible to link it all up?
I don't know about what, like, I mean, so,
Yeah.
I mean, what you could do, I mean, so through the referral thing, what you could do is send people over to the refer a friend page. Once that person, if they put in a friend's
Okay.
name of who they'd like to, like, hey, you got to check out this restaurant, we love it. It sends them over to the work with us page. Off of that work with us workflow, after that form has been, you can have them fill out the form
Yeah.
and then send them an email, or on the next page send them a link to the make a reservation. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? If that's what
yeah.
is it a higher end restaurant or what kind of restaurant is
Yeah,
it?
it's like a Japanese omakase kind of a higher end restaurant.
So then,
Yeah.
maybe you would want to capture their details from that and then send them over to here's a link to go and book a reservation, or call them. That's the only way I could see that you would be able to track that referral. Now, what do you think that they'd want to give away as a reward for that referral?
For the like probably 10% off. Oh, yeah, 10% off their bill.
What I would do, probably the easiest thing, would, if they give a referral, that person comes in, send them a message. This is probably the easiest thing that you could do. Send them a
Yeah.
text message that says, hey, thank you so much for your referral. Your friend just made a reservation. Here is a code that will give you 10% off your meal next time you come in. This expires in 30 days, and then put the date on there so that and that's just the simplest way. So you can try and get people in within the next 30 days to come and use that coupon that you just gave them for 10% off. But then you have the coupon date on there of when it expires, so that it's not something that they can reuse over and over again.
Yeah.
And I mean, who cares if they come in and use that 10% off twice in the next month?
Yeah.
High end, the 20 bucks they're going to save isn't going to make a difference when, especially with a high end restaurant. Like, I mean, I don't know how high end. I mean, Shannon and I went to a sushi place in Toronto when we were there a couple years ago, and I think just the two of us was like $500. It was like a 5-star,
Yeah.
like Michelin star sushi restaurant. But anyways, it depends, right? Like, I mean, even for some, like there was some French restaurants that we've gone to where, I mean, they're charging like 15 bucks for just a cocktail, or whatever. You're leaving there spending a couple $100 easily. And I mean, sushi, we go for sushi with our kids, it's going to be a couple $100 because they just like, they're monsters. But whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you can get the customer to come back more than once and they kind of abuse that get that 10% off, then what does it really matter? So I mean, I would put the person's name in there. Here's your coupon for 10% off, and then it expires on this date to make sure you come in and use it. And then you don't have to really track anything if you don't want, and then you don't have to add in another system in order to like redeem points for something or whatever. I mean, or print off a coupon or anything like that. You can literally just say, yeah, here's your 10% off for referring your friend, and whatever. I think that's the way I would go, and it would keep it just like simple and elegant kind of thing.
Is there a way to create unique coupons in high level? No, right? I just like a running number.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no, not you can't generate coupons for, which would be nice if you could. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Especially if they're going to pay through high level, then you could have people download that. So what we built with our restaurant marketing snapshot system that's on that uses our reward system, that one will generate it'll generate a unique voucher code for each time they get a referral or they redeem those rewards or whatever, that kind
I
of.
might as well just get that, right? That's all that
What's that?
Yeah. Well, I might as well just get that, right? Because it'll solve all my other.
Well,
stuff.
we've got one built out specifically for restaurants, and it's got the. And I mean, that's affordable too. So, I mean, it's got the referrals in there. It's helping them build the VIP list. It's doing all the follow-up for them. We've got the rewards dashboard where they can create all those different things that they want to export out, or they want vouchers or coupons, and you can customize the look of all that. But then we've got all the follow-up and birthday campaigns, and another powerful thing that we have in there is, once they redeem a coupon for their first visit, then we can send them a coupon for a second visit and then a third visit to get them to come back, those 3 times, which is super important for restaurants.
Habits. Yeah.
So, and then so it is, I mean, you can definitely go out and build something for that. But I mean, if it's a pretty decent restaurant, you can probably charge them a good amount of money for setting up a reward system, marketing system for that. And we've also got it set up too. Like, I mean, if they just want to get more customers through the door, and if you do like Facebook advertising, run some ads for them too, you can charge them more for that. And then they can have promos running for their sushi place as well.
And just another question was that, when a referral comes in as a referral lead, the only way to kind of move them through the workflows is through the pipeline. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. Unless it does automate somewhat. You don't have the only way to like finalize it is to move them in the pipeline there.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen people do other things where it's not just moving them through a pipeline, but you could have a custom field, or they fill out a form with that person's information in there, and then it could trigger it off. It can move them to the next stage, kind of thing. But the pipelines is kind of like the easiest way in order to do it. Okay, this person did come in and book, or they made a reservation, or they made a service. So. With that referral system, restaurants weren't really in mind when we built that. That was more geared towards like service-based businesses, where you could track when a job was done, kind of thing. So,
or when like a calendar was booked, right? Like you could sort of But if I sort of put the reservation link there, I could actually do if they clicked on the link, then I could move them to another
and if they're using OpenTable, like I don't know if there's any kind of Zapier integration or anything like that with that OpenTable, but I've never looked. But if there was, then you could track that reservation through high level as well, whether it's I'm just looking at Zapier right now. Are they using OpenTable or?
Yeah, OpenTable. I am looking too, but no, I think so. No. Okay, or maybe just do it by the link, like link clicked.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
tend to,
On
yeah.
text. Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't, I still have to like. I still think it's good practice for the manager or the owner to kind of like double check, like, okay, what's going on with this lead, right? If it comes in as referral, anyways. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, one of the things that I mean, I've got on our list here to add into the restaurant too is some kind of like well, somebody sent me a really simple reservation system that they've been using. It's through WordPress that they were
Okay.
using for that. But I mean, if they're using OpenTable already, it's not like they'd want to switch. But looking Yext, Emma Persona, they've got a MailChimp integration, but they don't have like just straight Zapier kind of thing.
Yeah.
Message them and see if there's a way that we can get a developer.
Does your like reward system, is it like usable for hotels?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
think that you could use it.
Because I've got another hotel client that wants a whole build on kind of like retention and also like repeat purchase and yeah.
Sure, as long as we can, all you'd have to do for that really is every time that they come in, we've got a check-in system with the restaurant. Basically,
Yeah.
you kind of just want to have a tablet set up at the hotel, which would have your system on it, where
Yeah.
when a guest comes in, you punch in their phone number and it would track that they're staying at the hotel again. Now you could set that up to say, hey, how many days are you staying or whatever it is. You could track it that way. How else could you do it? And again, I don't know what kind of POS system the restaurants would use or the hotels would use, but if they're a VIP member, it's something that they could do. They don't know. I guess the bigger chain hotels would have tip. Sometimes they have things like that, but I think you could integrate it. I've talked with a few people who want to do it anyway.
Okay.
So many hotels, like even bigger chains, though, honestly, don't have systems in
Right.
place.
I mean, we
We're
stay at
staying at
enough.
hotels at least
Yeah.
3 times a month lately for hockey. And even just phoning, they don't have even, it'll just ring and ring and ring and ring. There's no automation. I keep thinking hotels would be amazing if you can figure out a way to get to the higher up people. It's probably a huge
Yeah.
opportunity, actually.
Well, I wonder
They don't
too,
follow
how
up
many-
for reviews. They don't follow up. There's no missed call text back. There's no even just thing that says, sorry, we're not able to get to the phone. It just rings forever.
Right,
Yeah,
like,
totally
you know
agree with
what, and
Sean on that.
because she messages so many of our sports teams too, you have so much experience with having to try to deal with hotels, and because you're always trying to book blocks of hotel rooms for our away
Yeah,
games.
team
Yeah.
dinners. Like I actually should be just a planner, like a professional planner. But yeah, hotels would be a really good one because I don't
Yeah.
know what they like as far as booking system. I don't know,
And
but
yeah, I
everything
mean,
else.
if you want to run through how to set something up for a hotel, if you are like, hey, yeah, let's figure out how to do it, I'm 100% down to try and figure that out with you too, you
Who,
know.
me?
No, Howie.
Yeah, Howie, not me.
Because Howie's no talking hotels. You're all
Yeah. Like I
Like-
fixed the sorry, go ahead.
Oh, we weren't saying anything, no.
Oh no, I fixed the Facebook ad stuff. I can get them like a lot more like guests, clients.
Yeah, Glenn. Glenn's just gonna take off. Good seeing you, Glenn. Sorry.
Me too. I'll be in touch. I'm swamped with the integration stuff. I'm in the middle, kind of finally launching, but we've got a couple of installs to get done. So I'll
awesome.
ping you. I'll ping you, man.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks. See you,
All right,
Shannon.
Howie, sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah. No, I mean, what I was saying is that I've managed to kind of like I have this flash sales, model for hotels, and it's working really well. But I think that's more like acquisition. But in terms of like retention and, I've never seen proper like just email follow-ups, right? It's just not been done for hotel. Yeah. I mean, like what Shan said, they don't even pick up the phone. Like, it just goes on, the IVR system, and then you just yeah, you just wait for
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's so many things you could implement for like they're so stuck in the past as far as like having a QR code in rooms with Wi-Fi passwords and stuff. Then you can, you could remarket to people that way. Promoting while they're in, maybe there's an automation where it's like purchase room service, or if there's a restaurant in the hotel, like the amenities that are there, things like that. Click here to order. Things like that, maybe. Yeah, I don't know, but it is. It's like being in the 80s when you step into any hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I'll definitely look at that. And yes, Jason, I mean, I would love to work with you. I'll maybe do a deep dive and like because I'm seeing one as well, like my hotel client, and before that they didn't want to invest in it, but now they're like, yeah, we want to like 10x our monthly guests from like the website, like their own website, direct bookings. So
let's chat. Let's set up a time and chat about it then. And then because that's definitely, I know Marco wanted to do a lot of hospitality. I've talked with other people who want to go and do more hospitality as well. So I mean, and everyone's in different parts of the world too. So I think it'd be a good opportunity as well, because like Shan said, if we could help them, I mean, it would be good. So there's so many out there that don't do follow-up, don't do anything, right? And they just hope to be found online.
Well, and then I think Google My Business and Google Ads and stuff like that would be a really big part of a strategy too for a hotel, because it is basically whichever one shows up on top that looks the best, the people book, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, man, I appreciate you jumping on here today. I'll send you my link, my calendar there, and let's get a time booked in and we'll chat about it more. And I think it's a great idea. And whatever you want to do with that restaurant there too. I would say like probably the easier thing, if you wanted to do more of an entire marketing system for that restaurant, is probably grab a single license for the restaurant rewards or restaurant marketing system. I think that it'll make things easier, save time for trying to set stuff up. But that's what I would do anyways. So
it's amazing.
But is it easy to use? Because because I'm doing quite a lot of things, so I just got to like understand the full reviews and referrals. So is it like a huge learning curve, or is it relatively easy?
I find it easier.
Okay.
Personally.
Reviews is really simple to set up, but it's the same kind of system where we have everything is controlled by custom values.
Right.
So like I'm doing a setup for someone today. It'll probably take me half an hour ish to get things set up. It's like the referral system though. It's almost identical to that, where you have a referral offer. What are we giving for the referral? So you guys just got to figure out what you're giving for that referral offer. And then we have the systems built out to, you can create a reward for it. And then those things are all automated in it as well. When we first built that referral system as part of Smart Reviews and Referrals, we left it open just because there was so many different businesses that we were working with, so many different agencies who were working in so many different industries, that it was hard to be like, okay, well, this is the offer then you give, right? So we left that open, and some people took it and integrated things. Some people just send out messages saying, hey, and then, some people were just giving monetary rewards, and it was really, really wide open. So with what we're doing with restaurants and the reward system, we're able to create a different snapshot for each industry and saying, this is how we'd actually market for restaurants. This is how we could do a hotel. This is how we do med spas and hair salons and stuff like that. So,
cool. Okay.
Yeah. And so there's pretty good step-by-step training when you purchase that. And then Jason we're offering some setups so that he can go through and record quick videos showing like step by step how to do that. And then I might try to do that too, just because I know different people receive information different ways as well, right? So maybe the way that Jay communicates it is good for some people, but then maybe not everyone. So whatever, that's kind of what we're working on our end. But I would definitely like, I'll send you a message to follow up with you on that, but you should try it.
Okay, definitely. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
You have a great rest of your day, man. Appreciate you jumping on here.
Bye.